folks, to another episode of the Raven's Eye. My name is Hugh, and today we are going to talk about Odin, the All-Father. Before we get into that, I'd like to remind you guys to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified whenever I upload new videos. Odin is a god of more than 600 names that we have attested for within the Eddas and within history. He is the chief god of the Aesir, and he is married to Freya. He is the father of Thor, Baldur, Virthar, and Vauli. Odin is said to be a master of Seder, or a master of Norse magic. He is the leader of the Valkyries who choose the slain from amongst the slain to go to either Valhalla or to join Freya in her hall. These honorable slain are known as the Einherjar, and they fight with the gods during Ragnarok. They spend their days fighting and feasting, and they spend their nights drinking with the gods. Some of the things that we know that Odin can do are that he can resurrect the dead in order to converse with them. Basically, Odin is a necromancer. He, along with his brothers Vili and Ve, were the ones who created mankind, and Odin himself is the one who gave humans the breath of life. Odin is a god of many things, some of which are wisdom, war, poetry, and we can see this in his authorship of the Havamal. I have here a copy of my Havamal, and it is a collection of poems that are said to have been authored by Odin and were preserved in the Poetic Edda by Snorri Sturluson in, I believe it was the 12th or the 13th century. In the Havamal, it talks about how Odin sacrificed himself to himself by piercing himself with a spear and hanging upon a tree. Havamal 138 states, "I know that I hung on a wind-battered tree 9 long nights, pierced by a spear, and given to Odin, myself to myself on that tree, whose roots grow in a place no one has ever seen. No one gave me food, no one gave me drink. At the end I peered down, I took the runes. Screaming, I took them, and then I fell." So, by understanding that, we can know that Odin gained his powers of the runes, gained the knowledge of the runes through his self-sacrifice, through his own physical pain. Now, Odin has 2 ravens that are said to be his, for lack of a better way to put it, familiars. They travel with him, and they are constantly seen by his side. Those are Heathen and Munin. Their names mean thought and memory. And every day they fly out throughout Midgard to gather the news, and they bring it back to Odin every evening. Odin was once asked which he would fear losing more, thought or memory. And Odin's reply was that while he feared the loss of thought, it was his memory that he would truly miss. Odin has a 8-legged steed called Sleipnir that he rides into battle and will ride during the final days of Ragnarok. Sleipnir is the child of Loki. Kind of hard to understand that, but Loki transformed himself into a mare and got pregnant, and it's a long story. Now, Odin is often depicted as being an old man with one eye. He sacrificed his eye at the wells of Mimir in order to gain knowledge and wisdom. After he gouged out his own eye and sacrificed it for Mimir, Mimir rewarded him with a horn of the mead of poetry, which granted him wisdom. Christmas is another way in which people honor Odin without realizing it, as the original character of Santa Claus is based off of the ideas in the stories of Odin traveling around the Germanic world, giving gifts to people during Yule. Well, I'm going to wrap up our stories about Odin there for tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, Skull.